Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. We are from Group 5. We will present about the settlement of child custody dispute due to the divorce in the religious court. Let me introduce my group. First me, Diva Savitri, and my friend Iklima Korinabila. Here's the table of contents. Discuss about the definition. The second is the settlement of child custody dispute due to the divorce in the religious court. The third is the obstacle in the settlement of child custody dispute due to the divorce in the religious court. And the last is conclusion. So for the first material is definition, I will discuss about the marriage, divorce, and child custody. Marriage. According to law number 1 of 1974, it is an inner bond between a man and woman as a husband and wife with a purpose from a family or household, with a happy and eternal based on the belief in the one and only God. But not always the purpose of marriage can be carried according to ideals, even though husband and wife have tried in such a way. If there problems that interfere with the harmony of this couple to the point of causing a hostility, divorce will occur and also have impact. So let's talk about the divorce. Divorce is the breakup of marriage between the husband and wife because there is no harmony in the household or other reason, and previously efforts have been made to make a peace by involving the families of both parties. So the the cause of divorce are: first is the one party leave the other party for 2 consecutive years without the permission of the other party and without a valid reason for other reason beyond his control. The second is one of the parties get a prison sentence of 5 years after the marriage take place. Or 3, one of the parties commits a cruelly or serious mistreatment that endangers the other party. And then the one of the parties suffers from a disability or illness as a result of being able to carry out their obligation as husband or wife. And then is between husband and wife there are continuous dispute and quarrels, and there is no hope of living in harmony again the household. And then is husband violates or talak. And the last is religious conservation, apostasy, which causes disharmony in the household. So in this divorce, we have the consequence after divorce is first regarding to the property obtained by both husband and wife before during the household, and the second is child custody. Talking about the child custody is an obligation of parents to provide the service, protect, educate, and take care of their children to adulthood, both during the marriage bond or parents who are divorced. So the second material is the settlement of child custody dispute due to the divorce in the religious court. So child is a person who is not yet 18 years old, including children who are still a womb. Meanwhile, according to the compilation of Islamic law, children are people who are not even 21 years old and have never been married and therefore have been able to stand alone. The judge in exercising child custody rights in making decision in the process of resolving child custody case. Not all children are under the custody of mother as get a mother. Even though basically it has been regulated by law, but a mother who actually gets custody of child who has not been mumayyiz may lose the custody if she is proven to have had an affair with another man and has married someone else, as well as if a mother has apostatized, and if the child chooses to live with his father. So in this case, the father does not may prevent the mother from visiting her child whenever she wants. In Indonesia, it has happened. Uh, the determination of child custody rights is not stipulated if both parents do not object and demand to the child. Therefore, even though the child is not mumayyiz. For this child custody, the judge used the legal construction method in their legal finding, namely the legal concrete method. In this method, judge can set aside articles that are deemed inconsistent with the current facts. The legal construction that is used as the basis in this case is legal concretization. The legal system cannot solve problems fairly and in accordance with a social reality. The stipulation of child custody is determined by the religious court to be cared for the mother a certain period time or until the child is 12 years old and can decide for himself. So that by granting custody of children under the so that by granting custody of children under the age 12-year-old by the religious court until the specific period is a court decision with a perspective on gender justice with other alternative after the child is 12 years old. Custody is given to the father or according to the child's own choice. So for the next material about the obstacle in a settlement of child custody dispute due to the divorce in the religious court, it will be explained by my friend Iklima. Iklima, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Sister Dipa, for the change. The next is the obstacles in the settlement of child custody disputes due to divorce in the religious court. The issue of the child custody is a consequence that will definitely arise after the divorce because after the breakup of the material relationship between the mother and the father, there will definitely be a struggle for custody of their child. According to Article 41, letter A of Law Number 1 of 1974, concerning marriage, the result of a marriage breakup due to divorce is that either the mother or father remains obligated to maintain and educate their children solely based on the interest of the child. Whenever there is a dispute over the possession of the children, the court gives its decision. The provisions show that even though they are officially divorced, both mothers and fathers are still obligated to keep their children until adulthood and are independent in carrying out their activities. Several efforts have been made in resolving child custody disputes due to divorce in religious courts, but there are also several challenges faced in resolving disputes related to child custody, including the difficulty of bringing together the child's father and mother. The whereabouts of the child with their fathers is unknown. There are also some mothers who simply surrender because they no longer fight for their custody again. The next is the conclusions. Based on the research that the author did, there were several obstacles experienced in the process of implementing the dispute's decision on child custody due to divorce in the religious court so that the parties were sincere in carrying out the decision every time they examined the case file. It should be done carefully and with full vigilance so that there are no wrong decisions. The court should formulate special regulations to deal with cases of child custody disputes because the children are different from the method of material execution in general. Children are the same as adult humans in general, who have hearts, minds, and cannot be broke here and therefore the benefits of those who litigation. The psychological aspect of the child certainly needs to be put forward for the benefit of the child's future. In the case that before issuing a decisions, the court should be better understand children who are emotionally closer to whom so that a decision can be carried out voluntarily because the object in dispute is the child in the interest of the child tech residents.